is up, guys? It's Guilty here, and welcome back to Dead by Daylight. Not only welcome back to Dead by Daylight, but welcome to the PTB for Chapter 27, which I'm very excited for. I know a lot of people are kind of poo-pooing this chapter. Honestly, it's not that bad as people are making it out to be. I actually really do enjoy the Skull Merchant. I think they're really cool. I played a few matches with them, as you can see here. I'm also gonna throw on an Ebony Memento Mori for you all. But there's some really cool stuff here for this new killer, and also new survivors as well, though I'm always excited for the new killers, more so than not. As far as their perks are concerned, a little bit lackluster in my opinion. To kind of go down the list, there is Thwack. After hooking a survivor, the next breakable wall or pallet you break will make survivors within 32 meters scream and reveal their aura for 4 seconds. As a 75 second cooldown thereafter, kind of a met in my opinion. It's kind of cute with some killers like Bubba, Billy, Demo with their insta breaks, I would say. So kind of interesting in that regard. Leverage actually is really interesting, and funny enough, it is stackable with other perks as well, but we'll get into why that is relevant, as each time you hook a survivor, gain 1 token up to 10. When you hook a survivor, this perk activates. For each token, reduce the speed at which survivors heal by 5% for 30 seconds. So think of it very much akin to, whatchamacallit, it's an Oni perk. Blood Echo, there we go. Where if you're injured, Blood Echo will activate and you then become, I wanna say it's just hemorrhage. I don't think it's even mangled now that I actually think about it, right? Hold up. Where Oni boy? Oni boy. You have Blood Echo. It's only a hemorrhage actually now that I realize it. Which actually is hemorrhage the one I'm thinking of? Hemorrhage and exhaustion. Hemorrhage regresses healing progress. Yeah, so basically same thing as, I guess it's kind of similar but not the same. Where is the perk from the merchant? I'm just gonna go with the merchant instead of the skull merchant. Is basically more akin to mangled. So Blood Echo is 1/2 of Sloppy Butcher in the way of hemorrhage. Leverage is in the opposite in the way of mangled. However, it does not use the keyword mangled, which is relevant because for every stack here, you can also increase that with the likes of any add-on that applies mangled, Sloppy Butcher which applies mangled, Scourge Show Gift of Pain which applies mangled. So already, let's just say Sloppy Butcher or Mangled of some sort is applied. That's 25% slowdown in as far as heal speed is concerned. This can add an additional, let's see, 1 token up to 10. And for every token, it's 5%. Up to 50%. So theoretically speaking, you can slow down healing by 70% or 75%, but then of Pentimento, what would that look like? If you were to have the stacks of Pentimento, Sloppy Butcher, and Leverage, how long could, let's say also throw in Chlorophobia there too, how long could you theoretically make someone take? I'm actually genuinely curious of what's the longest heal time possible. That's actually kind of atrocious. Well, looks like we have found a match, so good news there. I'm gonna keep on going though, as there's also Game Afoot. While you are chasing the obsession, this perk activates. Damaging generators and breaking walls gives you a 5% haste stats effect for 10 seconds. Whenever you hit the survivor with the total most time in chase with a basic attack, they become the obsession. Honestly, I think it should also just account for every single hit. M1 or M2, but that is my own personal opinion. With that being said though, really interesting. as it is also when you break a pallet, when you damage a generator. Hi, what are you doing there, buddy? So I think initially I was looking at this like, it's kind of like a sloppy butcher, not sloppy butcher, a brutal strength in a way. But now that I'm thinking about it a bit more, I think those like Legion with the Eerie Button, Bubba, Billy could actually really, really work out well with this. Butter, can you not try and toss off the light? You, stop that. Stop that. I'll wait with you. Because that will give you a 5% speed boost on top, and you're already breaking the pallets or the wall really quickly. So that'd be really cute. However, we are not going to be using those perks right now. Right now, I'm going to be showcasing how I think we're going to be seeing the Skull Merchant used in matches with the current meta as it is. So, you may have seen before where I kind of do in some ways handicap myself. I always are using Corrupt Intervention, 1 utility perk, 1 Gen Regression, and 1 slowdown perk. So, with that, I'm thinking the best perk to pair with the Skull Merchant is Call of Brine, and it's a very similar playstyle to the Knight, in fact. And I think a lot of people are kind of overlooking this type of playstyle and really focusing in on the potential anti-loop, which is fair because that is part of their kit and will definitely be demonstrated here. But the fact that you can use their power and leave drones after kicking a gen, and it stops survivors from really doing much of anything, is really significant. So I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are too. With that being said, we're jumping right on in. We'll go into their power a little bit more as we're playing the game as the Skull Merchant themselves. Also, I guess I should have probably put my DPI down a little bit. It's a little bit faster than I normally like. Also, I just realized that my green screen's a little bit off. Let me adjust that. That looks much better. There we go. No little sliver of background behind me. But yeah, she is, in my opinion, a better Knight in some ways. Kind of in very similar ways to like Artist and Knight. But also has some really unique tracking abilities that I feel like do get overlooked, because you definitely have to make a conscious effort to use them. But we're going to Shelter Woods, which does have some new updates. You'll see the Skull Merchant has brought some stuff and things along with them. Let's see. Let's deploy a drone here, because Corrupt is up. Let's go over here. Check this gen. So far, no sign of them. We do see scratch marks there. There is a survivor, medkit in hand. We'd love to see that. Though I hear someone on a gen here. So let's kick this. Let's throw up a drone. Scratch marks there. Hi, friendo. You getting tripped up by all the stuff and things? Go right ahead. I'll get the hit out of it. Thank you, friend. So now that the drone is there, if survivors stay in it for too much time, they actually become exposed, which is really, really strong. We see that Rebecca actually deactivated a drone, in fact. And so now two people deactivated drones, so I can tell where they are by using my radar. But sounds like they're on a Call of Brine gen. We heard a lot of procs there. And we see them right over there. So yeah, I can actually see them on the radar there, knowing exactly where they are, at least close enough. Okay, so there's 3 people on the gen. In that case, we'll go for you. Now, the person I'm chasing does have a claw trap on it. When they deactivate a drone, they get a claw trap. The reason why that's relevant is that I have an add-on that if they vault a pallet with the claw trap on them, the pallet will instantly break. Interesting, the claw trap, okay, 1 claw trap got off of him, so I think when I down, they will also lose the claw trap. That's fine. Yeah, I'll take more health states. That is A-okay by me, friendos. Actually, let's just do this. If they want to be around, we can just figure it out by using the drone, right? No one's here. We're good. Ooh, so close, but so far away. And we could actually leave that drone there to just kind of guard the hook, in fact. I'm not too hard pressed about that in the slightest. I'll take the pallet. And we'll push you off as well. Basement's there. Okay, that's actually good to know. Thank you for the hit, friend. Let's continue. Now, there's no real point in using a drone in a location where the survivor's already injured. That's just a matter of fact. As realistically speaking, it's great anti-loop when the survivor is healthy. It pushes them to the next tile. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. But if they're already injured, they kind of suffer from the Legion problem, where their power kind of becomes a little bit useless, I will admit. All right, no one here. That one's already completed. We probably want to give them that corner gen, realistically speaking. I see scratches going up top. Yep, hello, friend. You're going towards the hook? We'll join ya. Don't you worry one bit. You have some really strange pathing, I'll admit. I swear to God, you're a bot. Go for Rebecca instead. Alright, we'll go for Rebecca then. Once again, using the drone here, pretty useless. Hello! How are you? Alright, let's grab Rebecca, bring him to a Gift of Pain hook. Let's find a gen to put our drones next to. We haven't really found much use for our drones right now, in fact. We've kind of been finding them out in the open. I think I saw a survivor there. We did. I'll hit this. Drop a drone, which does not slow you down at all, which is kind of surprising given other killers with similar abilities. But now that gen is kind of being protected until the drone is deactivated. Hit. So now we know that Dwight is over there, and they might actually get revealed. No, he got the claw trap instead for deactivating it, so that's actually perfectly fine. A little bit of a mind game. I wanted to drop that pallet as soon as possible. Perfect. Come on, Dwighty boy, I want to show off this add-on, please. So even though it is out of power, it won't matter. Yep, this is perfect. This is a lose-lose snare for Dwight. Okay, going into here instead. Honestly, I don't think it's the right play unless you have a Lithe, which it seems you do. Bloodlusted. He needs to drop it at some point. Yes and now. Or just we'll do that. That's fine too. Shame that we weren't able to get value out of the add-on, but honestly, I'll still take it. Here's some progress over here, so we'll take it with Colubrine. And then employ a drone as well. There's Rebecca. So it looks like they can deactivate the drone even while it's active. I thought it was only when it was in standby, but it looks like I might be incorrect. 10% off that gen. Love it. You see that one person has the tag, so let's see where they are. See them going for the unhook, so we know exactly where they are now. Right in front of me at the gen. Hi, friendos. Alright, so they got my drone again. This person still has one, even if deactivated, it can still break a pallet. That's fine. I'll take the stun, push them back in, unless they want to go into a dead zone, which is exactly what happened. Yeah, the mannequins are a little bit terrified, you're not wrong. I'm sorry, but you're not going to 360 me, friend. Can I murray you? Not yet. Alright, the other one has a dead tracker, dead trap. Let's see where they are and hope to get some value here. Maybe we should go back to the gen we know has progress on it. Probably a good idea here. Let's head over here, kick the gen, throw down a drone. Well, that's what I get for venturing too far, but Dwight here's in a bit of a rough position. Good job, Dwighty boy. Not good enough. Yeah, I want to make sure I didn't go through that just in case someone's behind me. Alright, you're on Deathhook. I need to start making sure I watch out for Moris. I did bring an Ebony Mori for a reason. Looks like they might be on this gen here. Not a lot of progress, all things considered. Hi, friend. Little vault. I haven't really been able to use it in an anti-loop scenario, have I? Does Shelter have a main now? Yeah, it does. It's really strange. Or Bloodlusted, so I think we catch him on the next window vault. Dead hard. Hey, look at that. You actually got it off. You've been kind of struggling this entire match, but I'll give you credit where credit's due. Yep, we're not going for the body blocker. We're going for the body blocky. You see Rebecca there, probably trying to set up for a flashlight, but thing she might forget is that we has a Mori. Brutal strength, gonna have some value there. And you have window here, so no pallet. Rebecca's probably right behind us. Idiot. All right, let's get the Mori. It's a pretty lackluster Mori. Honestly, reminds me a lot of Freddy instead of like the finger knives. But it's pretty unimaginative. Let's be honest here. It's pretty unimaginative. It's Freddy in a drone, yeah. I don't know why they thought that would make sense. I'm kind of hoping that the reason why they did that's because eventually they're gonna sell Mori. Oh hi. Gonna sell Moris in like the store, which I think they should really do. I don't know why they haven't. It's baffling to me. Oh, Dweet boy, I see Rebecca and you there. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, fair enough. Well, I know where these two are. I'll leave you injured. We'll throw this out. He has to leave the tile, or he gets marked. And he realized it too. Perfect. I'd love to see that. However, there's Rebecca here. That's a Lythe. And there's a Dwight. Hi, Dweet boy. Unless you have balance, this is not the move you think it is. Ooh, look at that pallet already being down. That actually was pretty useful. Rebecca's also off with gens. Let's get that on her. I'll just break it. Yeah, main's actually pretty good, especially if you have balance because of that window. I don't really mind these changes all too much in the grand scheme of things. You have a pallet here. There's Rebecca, a bit of Lupa friends. Hi, friend. Thank you. Appreciate the help. All right, let's Mori Dwight then. On biggest reasons I want to do PTBs is to look at the maps in detail. Honestly, it's a good reason. Honestly, I think it's because of the position of where I am, but I kind of like that up close Mori instead. That definitely is not purposeful, but I think it's because of like where I did the Mori. But it being a bit more up close like that actually made it a bit more palatable. I kind of like that. All right, let's reactivate our drone. Not that we really need to. Actually, I could probably just recall at this point. It's not like they're going to be doing gens. But yeah, honestly, I kind of like the killer's playstyle. You kick a gen, you release a drone, it forces them to either get marked and exposed or to take the tracker. If they take the tracker, then you know exactly where they are. If you know exactly where they are, hi friend, you're not that sneaky. If you know exactly where they are, then you chase them. Like, honestly, I kind of like their play style. A lot of people have not been as thrilled, but I think it's because they're not really thinking of how to utilize them to their fullest. And I think you always keep one drone in hand for when you're in chase with a healthy survivor to force them out of loops. Otherwise, you place drones near gens and let survivors break them and then get tracking information. The main does look very out of place, I will admit. Oh, hi, Rebecca. Just her in the background wanting to get another flashlight save. Oh, Rebecca. So where do we think she went? She went towards Maine. We saw scratch marks in that direction. Oh, see scratchies. Rebecca, you know you want to be moried. She went this way. Hi, friend. Yeah, I mean, this area is pretty dead. That's a life to try and gain some distance, but now you're in a huge dead zone, so unless the, whatchamacallit, the hatch is right in front of you, you're kind of in trouble. That's gonna push you back towards the other area. You have vault, right? Go around. She'll go back in. I faked it, but got caught up by that. You don't have dead hard, we know that. And we're gonna get our 4-person Mori. Honestly, I know the PTB isn't a great example of the strength or weaknesses of the killer because it's not ranked via MMR, but honestly, I do enjoy their playstyle. It reminds me of, it's just a better Knight, right? In my personal opinion, they're just a better version of the Knight in many ways. I think the only thing the Knight does better is the fact that they can break things. Agreed. Yeah, the Mori is pretty lackluster. Go Chico? Go Chico. Underscore TTV. Go Chico? Go Chico. Looks like they are not alive, unfortunately. How about the other TTV? Dark Shadow Gaming, they are. So we'll drop a follow and say hi. And we'll give them a shout out as well over in chat. Was it /SO? Oh, that's right, shout out. It's not SO, right? Shout out, shout out. There we go. There we are. If you guys want to go say hi, I'm going to be doing so once the ad has ended. Always here to support Dead by Daylight content creators, as per usual. Oh, funny enough, I hear myself. I think they are also here. How you doing today, friend? I was just about to stop on by and say hi, give you a GG's over in your chat, hoping that you are having an amazing, amazing day and are enjoying the PTB over on Survivor side. And thank you much for the sub as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you have an amazing day. I am Mark, aka Giltspire. I am an educational streamer here to teach kills how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Very happy to have you here. So yeah, so the main way I foresee this killer being utilized is very much in the same playstyle as I recommended for the Knight, which is mainly to use your guards as, well, guards to defend a generator. I will say I think the Knight is in some ways a little bit more effective in doing so, as the guards actually present a theoretical threat and cannot be deactivated as instantaneously as the drones. But on the flip side, instead of getting an AI following a survivor and potentially not getting a hit, you get a drone that gives you information via the claw trap, right? Or if survivors just ignore it entirely, they become exposed and insta-downable. So there's a bit of a trade-off in that regard. I will say, as far as the anti-loop is concerned, the Skull Merchant does a lot better job, as once again, against the healthy survivor, placing a drone basically tells that survivor, leave this tile or die. And it basically can, in many ways, guarantee you a hit in that moment, because all you have to do is wait for them to leave. That's all, right? You don't need to think about anything else, just wait for them to leave, and you are guaranteed a hit. However, the main downside of that strategy is the fact that once they are injured, you no longer have anti-loop, so then you're just the basic M1 killer. So there's a lot of duality as far as the Skull Merchant is concerned, in my opinion. I think you really do need to be very conscious of the perks that you use with her, as well as what add-ons you choose to use. Because I am definitely going after survivors as they get claw traps. I think using the ultrasonic trap speaker is really awesome. Survivors with claw trap destroy pallets when fast vaulting them. Claw traps with an empty battery gauge are destroyed when fast vaulting a pallet. Honestly, really strong, and by placing drones on top of gens, they are forced to grab the claw trap. And at that point, you basically are giving them iridescent button, but kind of reversed, because when survivor vaults it, right? So I actually really do like that. How long does expose take? Is it pretty quick? I don't have an exact number, but it feels relatively fast enough. I even have the add-on that increases speed of which lock-on builds up inside an active zone by 10%, kind of similar to some of the add-ons that Ghostface has, for example. However, we didn't get an expose that entire match. We just had survivors grabbing the drone and taking the claw trap instead. So I'm kind of tempted to turn off vital targeting, or rather replace vital targeting processor with something else. The question is what I would do. I mean, I guess I could do hindered instead. I could do aura revealing. But I kind of already get information for when they grab the trap, the claw trap. Do not recharge and automatically destroyed when the battery is empty. Oh, interesting. Automatically destroyed when the battery is empty. So it's basically a free lethal pursuer in many ways. In a drone's activity zone, stuff from Oblivious. Yeah, not really great. I think my playstyle really forces them to grab claw traps. So I think based on that, we don't really care as much about the active zones, right? Anytime a claw trap is removed or is revealed. Active zone. Duration of the undetectable. Duration of drone's active mode. Battery life of claw traps by 20% might be beneficial here. That might make sense. Drone to one drone at a time. Let's see. Active zone. Unhackable state. Increases the unhackable state duration of drones. Unhackable state. So there's an unhackable state. Interesting. I don't really know how large of a window that is the problem. I'm gonna have to look into that. I am tempted to play a Day of Survivor as well as Killer. So I probably will do like 2 hours today, 2 hours tomorrow, really highlighting the PTB and all that it offers. I might need to prestige the Killer to get some of their perks on other killers, as I find that their perks aren't great for the killer themselves, which is always a shame, right? I always hope that when the killer brings unique perks, that they will be synergistic with the killer's power in some way. Not to say that they need to be only usable on that killer, but, you know, that would make sense to use them. I can't really say that any of the perks kind of make sense, Maybe one of them I could see, but even then. Let's toss a drone here to guard that active jet. I really don't care about downstairs. That one actually is beneficial for them to do. Also, this is new temple purgation. It is much foggier, it's much greener, has a lot more foliage. It just looks more vibrant, so I'm actually really, really happy with that. Hi, friend. Do you have sprint burst? Not. All right, we see that one person now has the... I'm going to actually drop chase. I think there's value here on dropping chase. Yep, so they're on this gen. Now let's keep them here. They're forced into a situation. Yeah. You need to leave, friend. You need to leave. Otherwise, you're going to become exposed. There we are. They're exposed. So that's what I'm saying. If survivors, healthy survivors do not leave a drone's active zone, they will be downed. I think as people play more and more against this killer, they'll realize that. But especially now, it is very clear you need to leave. Drone go up at tile, you leave. Even if that means you're going to take a hit, if you are healthy, you're now costing yourself 2 health states instead of 1. All right, so let's kick this. Leave drone. And you can kind of see the cadence that I go through. Kick a gen, leave a drone, in a tile, leave a drone. And so you kind of have this kind of built-in dance of sorts, and you get a lot of information from it. So she's trying to body block. We're not having that. So they got downstairs gen. That's huge for me. Bad for them. Good dead hard. Honestly, really good dead hard. I still hate dead hard and hope that's going to be changed in the perk rework. Sorry, friend. But even while blind, I can tell exactly where you are. Actually, we'll hook you over here. The drone there is not spotting anyone, so not on this gen. I'm actually going to reactivate that drone. No one there. Looks like a deliverance. Cheeky. Like it. No one on this gen. Looks like they're on this gen, so we'll kick, drop a drone. And even when you walk away from the gen like that, the drone will still end up in where you left it, by the way. That's just actually pretty significant. All right, so they didn't get marked there, which is fine. Went to my left. They did get rid of old ruins, by the way. Did you really think I wouldn't see you there in that bush, friend? Oh, they went through. I see what you did, you sneaky little bugger. Yeah, I do need to probably drop chase here. You have dead hard? Let's pick you up. Sorry, friends, ain't gonna work that way. I will note that you can't put a drone too close to a hook. They did do that, so you can't really camp it. But now, once again, she has to leave this tile. If she does not leave this tile, she will become exposed. And wait, she got exposed. Oh, that's huge. You guys done did mess up. Yeah, I must have downed her before she was able to deactivate the drone when she was in the process of it. I guess it kind of lingers. The buildup of the exposed stat, it does kind of linger. And so the battery on that one ended up deactivating. Looks like there's another one over here. No, that battery, that is not coming up. Down you. I won't tunnel you, unless you try and go for the flashlight save. You got it. Early? They were early. That's so funny. Dead hard. Pallet drop, and unhook. Oh, that's the new perk. She got a sprint burst off of the unhook, which is actually better than sprint burst, funny enough, for 5 seconds. So medkit there, flashlights around here. There it is. I knows what you has in store for me. Get you down, and then if you guys really want to die, I will... Guys, can we not do stupid things? Just let me hook you, please. To be fair, one of them DC. There's no DC penalty during the PTB, of course, so it makes sense. Let's pick you up. Give me a chance to go for the unhook. Like, I could slug you out and go for the slug for 4K, but I'm not going to. Let's see if you guys can pull something off. Unhook there. All right, that leaves the two of you. I'm gonna go for you now. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of see the general play style that this killer really wants to utilize. Okay, to my right. Going to the T-wall. Ooh, no, he stuck his ground. Ooh, did they leave the tile? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, a bit aggressive there on the swing, to be honest, but now we're on the T-wall. It's kind of where I want them. Perfect. Dead hard. Good stuff. And there's bloodlust for it. Sorry, friend. And we'll face the wall. That way, no flashlight save. Even though she very much wanted one. Alright, and let's go for 4K. Hi there, friend. So you got Shaq here. She has a pallet. Drop. Go for break. Yeah, I think Brutal Strength, like most M1 killers, I'll always recommend using as far as utility perks are concerned. It just makes a ton of sense. Also, I want to note that God Pallet's no longer on Ruins. Or Arches, as I tend to call it. Let's push her back into the tile that we know is broken. And she's going to try and go wide, so we'll cut her off. Yep, and we just go back to Shaq. Tends to drop. And down. Not bad. Up we go, friendo. But yeah, I really, really do like the new look of Temple. I think it looks so much better than it used to. I also love that drone has been there the entire game, which means this shit must be dead. That's some decent progress, but yeah, the drone just kind of sat here, keeping them off it. That, and also, they'd be pretty aggressive on the flashlights, to be fair. But GG, well played to these survivors. Why did you blind with me? You did it too early. Rip. Yeah, it was just a little bit too early. Just a little bit. I was expecting it to is the funny part, but I was not expecting it to be early. I was like, okay, I can make this work. I can make this work. All right. Frankie did bring me some foods. Brought me a spinach frittata and some bacon, which I'm very happy about. So I'm trying to think of like what other builds I would want to run on this killer. I mean, like in place of Colubrine, you could always go like Overcharge, for example, right? I'm trying to think of their general play style and how you'd want to play them. There are like some cheeky things you can do, certain add-ons, like activating drone causes it to gain a 32-meter tear radius for 15 seconds, kind of cute. You can kind of use some, whatchamacallit, the tear radius perks to play around with survivors, like impossible skill check and stuff. It's a bit gimmicky, right? But it's cute. I am, though, trying to think of, like, what other perks would have really shine on the Skull Merchant? Colubrine, Overcharge, or, like, Absolutes. Corrupted Invention, since you have drones early, you really are able to lock down the active gens and know exactly where survivors are without any other perks or add-ons, in fact, right? Brutal Strength makes sense because, once again, they're an M1115 killer. They kind of need that ability to just break through pallets quickly enough. What else really would shine on this killer? I was either like the anti-loop potential. Deadman Switch doesn't make a lot of sense. Deadlock is, you know, just generally a good slowdown perk. Dragon's Grip. Eruption got nerfed into the ground. Honestly, I really do believe that Eruption is a bad perk now. I do not see it being truly usable. It's so much worse than Pop. It requires you to get the down afterwards, and so in any situation where meaningful regression happens, you run the risk of the chase taking too long and the gen being popped, right? Game of Foot really isn't beneficial. I don't know. I generally don't know like what other perk loadouts would make sense on her. I think a genuine must, as far as perks are concerned, is Colubrine or Overcharge, and/or. You can always double down on those regression perks, though. I find that tends to make the game a little bit too stale, and that's when survivors tend to DC, especially on the PTB, where they have no, you know, DC penalty, right? We'll go back to Shelter. Let's see. We have one gen right in front of us, so let's put a drone here. Like we said, we basically block off, you know, the 3 generators from Corrupt, and then we block off another generator at least off the start with our drones. Kind of like Plague with their Vomit, right, for the early game. I'm actually going to leave another one right here. And let's go towards main. It does have a little bit of a cooldown, something to note. They were here, and now they're not. Well, they couldn't have gone too far. Yep, multiple people have just been hit on the activation, so they're nearby. Should be able to see him with this. He must have dropped out. Also, I don't know why I recalled that. That was my mistake. I wanted to reactivate it. So the only gen they can theoretically work on right now without any reservations is this one here. Like, this is what I'm talking about. 3 gen scenarios are really huge. I'm gonna put down another drone here. And they have a battery on them, or claw trap rather. So it's exactly what chase we want. All right, he realized that he had to leave. So good on him for realizing that. So 3 people have claw traps now. And we want him to drop a pallet. Because now he's going to die no matter what. If he vaulted, he dies. If he doesn't vault, he dies. So really good snare there for us, to say the least. All right, we'll go back towards main. You see one person's trap has deactivated. Both of them now have deactivated. But they can always reactivate if they do not take him off in time. We saw a skill check miss. We see one person there. Hopefully us just approaching will get them both off. Yep, so they leave. Full kick. Leave a drone. Full kick. We do not have a drone ready yet. But we can wait. Leave drone. I can't reactivate it. I need to wait for the cooldown, right? Friend, are we sure about this? I actually should have let him take that, in all reality. But we'll get a good pallet out of it nonetheless. Ooh, look at that. Honestly, I think I might leave them. You see one right here? Yeah, right in front of me. Let's leave another drone. Oh, they got that one. Where's the other one? They are over here. Way in this direction. But honestly, I'm kind of tempted to go for you. You're very much out of position, out in the dead zone. And you have the trap on you as well. That's perfect. I can get them to break this pallet for me. Or just go into a dead zone too. That works. Excellent. Also, I did swing in the air to try and get them to use Dead Hard if they had it. Alright, that one's dead. We have a 3-gen. We have a very strong 3-gen with main here. So let's break this. The drone. At least that one person does have a trap on them. It's the person in front of me, which is perfect. So they can go immediately into chase of the person who will break pallets from underneath themselves. They don't realize that Shaq is weak, but they have life. This gen has some decent progress. Let's take it. Toss a drone. And now they have a choice to make. Go for the gen or get hit by the drone. Push them off there a little bit. Reactivate that. And we see 2 here. One person is in the drone's area. Yeah, they're over there on that gen, so we'll actually can go back and push. And there's Call of Brian noise note. I do wonder if you use multiple drones if the effect will go up faster. We know he's here. Ooh, close one. Alright, we see that she's there now. And that's perfect. And I'm playing this nice and slow, getting that regression in. This pal's still there. Let's get her to drop it. And then to vault it. Thank you, friend. Like I said, it's almost like a reverse Eerie button. It's actually a really, really fun add-on. Alright, I did finish the gen. Took them a while, though, so I'm not too concerned about that. There's one person with a trap on them, though. It just died, so I think they're over here, but I think I might reactivate this, go over to that gen and check these two. Okay, so we have a bit of a 3 gen going, so I don't want to waste that if possible. Pop that up. Some progress here. Not a lot or anything worthwhile, but we'll put a drone here and kind of make this our 3 gen. So yeah, these are very close together, and we can keep on reactivating them. Oops, scratch marks. Going out. So we have 3 out on gens and 1 in hand for chase. Alright, so we'll just keep her here. And this is exactly the thing that survivors are probably going to hate about this killer, is that I can force those type of situations on them. Where they have no choice, either get exposed or get hit. And that is a terrifying thought. Let's reactivate that one. Looks like this one did deactivate since we're in a certain range of the hook, funny enough. So good to know that they did think about the anti-camping. Go here for now, though. Over there. Pallet should be gone. Yeah, he realized it too. Alright, one person got the claw trap on them. I want to say it's the one in the middle. Nope, one on the left here. Yeah, unless you have balance, this is not a good place to be. Pick you up, hook you next to this gen, hit the gen, put down actually we can't put down the drone, funny enough. No, this is Shelter Woods. They added some stuff to it, which is actually really cool in my opinion. I like them changing maps. It makes it feel a bit more alive, if that makes sense. So let's kick the gen. Toss out a drone. You there, don't want you, I want you. No pallets here, friend. Oh, you're the one with the trap as well. That's excellent. You, my friend, are gonna break us a pallet. That's not the right move, and you know it. I'll get down. Where is the other? Okay, she's on that one over there. Yeah, so like, you get a ton of information with this killer. And so I think that's one thing that a lot of people are missing out on, is like the sheer amount of information that you have. They're actually on this one over here, so that's the one they grabbed. Which just didn't have any progress on it, so that's perfect for me. That's mine, good stuff. Can I use my power? No. That's fine though. I'll take my time. So that is the one they're interacting with, my friend. My blind or lucky break? Just blind. Understood. So one person is definitely in one of the zones. I see, you must have clipped it. Hi there, friends. Ain't this party? Let's see. Should get up right here. I'm really glad they thought that top area through. One person has a trap on them. They're actually really close. Right in front of me. Let's kick this. Dispose stat there. Right here. Let's keep on them. Our drone should be up soon, and even if it's not, we're in a really good position. So let's push this here. They now have to leave the tile. Yep, that forces them off the tile no matter what. Look at that here. Multiple locked-ons. Love that. She dropped pallet. I don't know how I wasn't Jace there. It's odd. That was also odd. Let's take a look where they are. Okay, I see two of them. Let's put you on the Scourge Hook real quick. You know, they're not here, so they're in middle and I think over there. Both have like some progress, but not enough for me to be too concerned. Not with Colubrine. That Blast Mine, I will say, will be a little bit annoying, but fair is fair in the kick meta. I'll take this one as well. You see one up top and one below. The one with the activated one is over here. There you are, friend. You must have reactivated your module, your claw trap. Love that. Person's exposed up there. Looks like someone who's injured. It's a bit of a moot point. But now, I can gladly let you drop a pallet if you find one. That doesn't look like you will. Yeah, I mean, 3 gens with this killer are gonna be rough. Don't know why I accidentally swung there, but all is good. We'll probably deactivate this drone here because we're in range. Something to think about. Another one here. Yep, thank you for breaking that pallet, friend. Honestly, this brown add-on, I think might be their best add-on. No questions asked in my mind. I think it might be their best add-on. Alright, drone one away, makes sense. My friend. Do you just want to die? Alright, are you telling me to go that way? Or are you booping the snoop? I don't know where the other one is. Actually, I'm gonna recall this. That was used in Chase. I think he's booping the snoot. So, you know, I'll let him be a cutie. I'll go find the other one. Not here. Personally, I think she sucks. I think people do not know how to use her. And I think I've been kind of demonstrating that here, where a lot of people think that they can only use their drone in Chase. I think that she's fantastic when used in combination or conjunction with perks like Colubrine, like Overcharge. You. Alright. See, he booped my snoot, she gave me a gift, now it's time for him to die. Okay, well, you know what? He gave me a gift too. He booped the snoot and gave me a gift. So, sorry friend, you are the loser. It's like a bidding war. One of them has to lose. There's no choice. One of them has to be the loser here. And that is apparently her. But yeah, I genuinely think the biggest thing here is that people are using her, rely on AI. But this isn't AI, that's the thing, right? That's the biggest thing here. It's not AI, it is just basically a tear radius, where you just will throw up a drone next to a gen. So call O'Brien, kick the gen, throw up a drone of my killer. I would view this more akin to, I mean, not even Knight. Like, yes, it's like the Knight. I would have this be more akin to the Artist, right? Where I can choose where to place my power. I don't view this at all like the Knight, for example, where it's AI based, because I place the drone here, the drone stays here and is now protecting this gen, right? I can place it in a tile, then I can recall it at any time. And so I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen is a lot of people don't really recognize the type of playstyle required for this killer, and it really is just trapping. Their name would probably be better said as the Trapper, because they really do set the drone traps in place. Are you done? Yeah! For the true Blight skin around there. That's fair. I mean, yeah, if you like Blight, this is a completely different playstyle. This is much more drawn out, methodical, how to get the most value out of her kit at all times. And for me, that is place drones next to gens for survivors to be trapped. Go for the people who are trapped. Ultrasonic speaker then breaks the pals from underneath them, meaning that they either are healthy and pushed off of a tile by using a drone, or then become exposed and get downed. But GG's to these survivors. Love rushing around and killing people. Yeah, if that's your playstyle, this is not the killer for you. 1000%. That's absolutely how you play her, though. That's what I'm saying. People out here thinking she's bad, but not playing to her strengths. But yeah, I think that this is the playstyle that you need to play it for. Kick a gen, drop a drone. In chase, always leave one drone. If they're healthy on a tile, drop a drone. Rinse, repeat. I don't like how you can place your drone near survivor on hook. You cannot, in fact. Oh, do you don't like how you can't place? Oh, well, you are like the only person who would say that. I fully recognize why they don't allow that. It took me 2 vaults to realize that Adam was breaking it. It's so good. And it's only brown. I'll just use demo. Fair. But yeah, no, I don't know why. I think, realistically speaking, every killer who has ability to expose, to insta-down, even to injure from afar, should have their power deactivated within a certain radius of the hook. I think that should be the same across the board. I think the radius should be the same. I think that Bubba's chainsaw should instantly overheat when he uses it near a hook. I think Billy's chainsaw should immediately overheat when he attempts to use it near a chainsaw. I think Ghostface's power should deactivate when next to a hook. Myers, same idea. I don't think there's a healthier reason to allow killers to camp without any form of penalty. At least not in that way. And being right on top, denying any potential unhook. That's my opinion, and I am primarily a killer. So, yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine. I'm like, oh, that's smart. I'm glad they thought about that. That was my reaction to realizing you can't place your drone next to a hook. With those claws, I think it might be more than the nose you need to worry about, but GG's, Honeybean. Thank you much for stopping by and saying hi. I'm Mark, aka Giltspire. I'm an educational streamer here to teach codes to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Very happy to have you here. And Stormcaller, welcome as well. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. GG's. That was so good. I'm happy to hear that you guys enjoyed that. My fear is that when people actually start to learn how to use her, people are going to be like, oh, she's busted. Or oh, she's not fun to play against. I think that so realistically speaking, do I think that she's fun to play against? Probably not. I think if you play the way that I think is probably best, I genuinely don't think that she's probably gonna be fun to play against. because you kind of end up in a lose-lose scenario no matter what you do, right? You get the claw trap, you deactivate your own, get claw trapped off the gen, basically telling me where you are. No matter what, you tell me where you are. I then find you, and then we get to a tile. If it's a certain tile, I'll just throw up my drone. And now you're forced to make a decision. Either leave the tile and take a hit, or get exposed. Most people should do the right thing and leave the tile. Then you'll take a hit. Cool. Well, good news. Now I can't be exposed by the drone. That's fantastic. But wait, there's more. Now when next time you drop a pallet and you vault it, well, ultrasonic trap speaker is gonna break it. She feels like a better knight. I can definitely see where I get her, a week after she gets released. I'm like, oh great, this BS, kind of like how I think of the knight. Yeah, I mean, I think that she is better than knight in many ways. My playstyle with the knight, how I feel that he's best used, is actually very similar to the Skull Merchant, where what I do is I use the double jailer add-on. And same idea as the Skull Merchant, I kick the gen of Colubrine, I leave the jailer to sit right next to the gen. That way, the only way that someone is able to touch that gen without being injured or downed is by having two people there. And then use the Brute to break pallets real quick. When you drop off a tile, you can use the Assassin to block off a tile, which a lot of people forget about. You can actually send the Assassin who has a slower break time to break it slowly, because then they can't vault it. It's a little known fact that people don't really think about. Either that, or you can always have the Assassin actually track them and try and get a hit, but it's always hit or miss. But thank you much for what follows. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. We also do have a Discord, YouTube channel, as well as an Actual Life campaign. If there's anything that I will ever ask you guys, is not to sub, not to tip, not to use bits, but instead actually donate to Extra Life. It would mean a whole lot, as I've been doing Extra Life for 5-6 years now. This year we're doing it for Fargo, North Dakota's Children's Hospital. So definitely, if you are able to spare any single dollar, it will be much appreciated. But yeah, I'm having fun with the Skull Merchant. Well, I say, do I think a lot of people will have fun playing as her? Also, no. And I think that's the really unfortunate part. Whenever a viewer will be like, hey, I have an idea for a killer, one of the things I always try and emphasize, will they be fun to play as, and will they be fun to play against? And I feel like behavior does need to take a step back and kind of analyze on whether or not that is the case with a lot of these killers going forward, because realistically speaking, is the Skull Merchant fun to play as? For me, I enjoy it. Is it like the most fun I've ever had? Not really. Is she fun to play against? As of right now, people are probably stomping her. For good reason, because people don't know how to play her. But when people start to realize how to play her, I think that people are going to stop enjoying her as much. I think people are going to realize that she's not horrible. She's not great either, but she's not as bad as what they think she is. I'm not completely solidified on what add-ons I would recommend though. Overcharge kind of makes sense. Ultrasonic speaker, in my opinion, with my playstyle, is I think a must. I think that for a brown offering, there's no reason why I would never use this add-on. I think that is an auto-include, slap it on every single game, no reason not to use an add-on. It is just so good. Unless there's a window, survivors are kind of left out with nothing, and you just force them to vault eventually, and they go down. However, I actually want to kind of read that add-on again, because I do think it does specifically state that it needs to be a fast vault for the pallet to break. Saying that, though not a great option, there is some counterplay to it, which is to slow vault it, right? I don't think it's a great option, but it is an option. I think if you're able to mind game into a slow vault, I think that's where it could be kind of cute, but even then, I just don't see that happening often and working. All right, first gen is going to be marked. You see a survivor in the distance. That is corrupt. Hi, friends. I'll go slug you out. I want to chase people. I want to use the killer, please. Let me use the killer. Good fake on the window. But I have mind games of my own. And for that transgression, you go to basement. Now, I will say, I don't know of how much verticality the drone has, but the fact that you can't use it directly next to the hook does kind of defeat the ability to just shove a drone in the basement, right? I should check a look. Better for you. I'm actually going to drop Chase here. Take this of Color Brine, throw up a drone, and now this is going to be interesting, because now you are kind of put into a scenario where you need to leave this tile immediately. Yeah, look at that. But now it means I no longer have that anti-loop. Like I said, they're give and takes here, realistically speaking. Okay, one person's grabbing the claw trap. That's excellent. They're injured too, which means, yeah, we're in a good position. Rude, but okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll put you on a hook now. I will also want to re-kick that, and hopefully the hook is far enough out that I don't need to worry. One person is in range of the drone, so they should be marked soon. So they must be over there, I guess, but no longer. Interesting. Alright, let's toss up drone. Let's break this. So we're not gonna hit him. Right now he's healthy. No reason to. Let's just see if he falls into our trap. He doesn't. He understands that he needs to leave the tile, so we're going to allow that and get hit. Let's see what you got, friend. Alright. Pal's still up. But looks like they will be going down. Good corner tech. Someone hasn't done that in a long while. Bet I knew exactly where you're going thereafter. I saw that. Looks like there's 2 survivors on that one gen, hence we're getting so many Call of Brine activations. A second person now has another drone. They're right here. I'll let them, as I want to go for this gen instead. Alright, you're gonna want the drone. Excellent. So now we can force you into a tile with a pallet and get down. Let's do it. This works perfectly. There's 1 tile, 1 window. We don't need to worry about that. Like, if it works, it works. If not, then we'll set it up. Oh, another person with one. Excellent. Let's see where they are. Oh, it just went off. That's sad. Poor timing. You can always reactivate it, though, if they don't take it off in time. No one there. I heard someone. Could have sworn I heard someone. You know, I should have just sent out my drone. Yeah, I gave you a chance before. You're not getting another one now. Up you go, friendo. That might be too close for me to use my drone next to. take it. Nope, we're good. That should be in the range. Let's check these 2 gens. No progress there or there. What about the one in like the far off area? Ah, there we go. I mean, you're in a pretty bad spot here. There's 2 of you. I'll take the hit first. Normally I like to go this. Alright, so this way. Yep, right in front of us. We'll get the hit, but they still have the claw trap on them, which means the next pallet that they vault will break. So let's try and get them to drop a pallet. 99 sprint first. No clue. Very confused by that. I was like thinking that maybe like they 99 or trying to bait out a hit and then they did nothing, so I'm now just confused. Let's go back to this gen, which I think I just saw a crow come back. Yep, we did. Drop drone. 10% skill check miss on that generator. So we'll drop chase here and instead go for the gen. We'll locate a gen, leave a drone. I think we go for the unhook. We go for the unhook to be exact. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that. So you must have been the one that got the unhook because I'm pretty sure it's the TTV that I had hooked. If I'm not mistaken. What in the world is going on? I'm not sure if they're wiggling or not. I'm kind of confused by that. Now the gen's been completed. That's fine by me. Let's check this gen over here then. Alright, so this could work out. We'll place this. Now they have to leave. Yep, perfect. Pushes them into a dead zone. Battery also got recharged. She'll insta drop. She realized it! If she's slow vault, she doesn't break the pallet. That's so cute. But, you know, that only will last so long. I mean, it worked. It saved the pallet, still allowed me to get the hit, but at the very least it saved the pallet. So maybe the best thing to do in that instance is to take the hit, vault the pallet, slow vault it though, so it keeps it, forcing me to either have to break it myself or, you know, someone else breaks it later. I mean, at least someone can reuse it. Honestly, I think that's a really smart play. Alright, let's go for you. Yep. I imagine you're gonna go back. Sorry to say, but if your intention was to do a flashlight save, that ain't happening right now. Let's take a look. They did reactivate that one. Deactivated now, though. No one there. I imagine I should actually recall that. I imagine they're going to go for the unhook. There's no reason not to. Either that or they suicide out for a hatch, right? Let's go for you then. Do you have anything in this tile? Let's put the drone up. Now they're forced to leave. Force leave. We got the hit now. And now we're back in the shack. I like the idea. Unfortunately, what you did there is not a fast vault, though it may have looked like it actually was a mid vault, meaning that your hitbox lagged behind you just a little longer than you probably would have liked. And probably that in addition to a little bit of Pokos. But yeah, I'm fairly certain they were not far enough out for a fast vault, and so it didn't work. To play though. Alright. It's here, Dio. Ooh, good job. Realizing that I was gonna go for the vault. So she's in the locker. Which brings me to an interesting question. Can I... Why can't I put a drone down? There it goes. Will she be detected by the drone? I'm kind of curious, because she's in that locker, right? Yeah, she does! You can't hide from it even in a locker. Fascinating. Because I think she's in there, and we'll know by Killer Instinct in a second, right? Yeah, so she's definitely in there, right? Locked on? Where'd she leave? Am I crazy? It said locked on. Drone, aren't you gonna lock on her? Oh. Am I crazy? I guess so. Good stuff. I could have sworn. So where... Unless... Is she in basement? Oh! That's so funny. Like, where could she be then? And she found just a small spot in the basement where the drone did not capture. Could have sworn she was in there. And so I was like, oh yeah, we'll just wait for her to get exposed and see if that works. No idea if that works now, unfortunate as it is. But GG's. Well, I guess we'll have to figure out some science later and see if that reveals people in lockers. So let's go see if these guys are live. Let's see. Fred Lobos. No. Maybe it has TV at the end. No. Dark Manic is live. So let's give them a quick shout out. Shout out. Guys, I haven't already. Make sure to stop on by and say I just wanted to look at you at the beginning. I figured. The price for looking was to be fair, I didn't hook them. I just downed them. But GG's, my friend, GG's. I'll drop a follow. Always here to support other Dead by Daylight content creators, and we'll drop them a GG well played as well. All right. Well, it's already 8:30. I said I'd do 2 hours, didn't I? I'm kind of tempted to try a match of Legion with Leverage. Because I think that it would be kind of ridiculous. Because each time you hook a survivor, you gain 1 token, right? So every time you hook a survivor, you gain 1 token. For every token, they heal at 5% less for 30 seconds. If we use the, was it, Dirty or Begrimed Blade or something to give them Mangled, or just use Scourge Choke, Gift of Pain, Sloppy Butcher, what have you, they would then have 25% plus the additional 5%. So I guess it would be better for us to use the add-on, right? Because I think it's just when you hit, after they mend, they are given Mangled. If I'm not mistaken, I have to double check. Is it the green Legion pin or is it a yellow Legion pin? I want to say it might be the yellow Legion pin. All right. Let's ready up. So I'll try and figure out if there's any other add-ons that I would like to use. Unhackable, 10%. Active zone, cooldown. 15 seconds after leaving the area. Yeah, a lot of it is mainly centered around the drone's active zone. And I think for the most part, based on what I'm seeing as far as gameplay is concerned, you really don't want to focus around the active zone. Now, I will say this. The ones that increase your speed after you leave the active zone, that might be worthwhile. Because let's say you set up a drone in a tile, the survivor realizes, oh, I'm not injured. If I don't leave, I'm going to be exposed. So they leave. If there's an add-on, and I have to double check because I think there is, that increases your movement speed once you leave the active zone, then that would make sense. Do I think it'd be better than the super ultrasonic speaker? Probably not. Is it better than the battery lengthen overcharge add-on? Maybe. We want the Mother's Dwelling, which is going to be downright miserable because for as many drones as I put up, it's not going to matter, right? Because all they're going to do is just work on the other gens that are a million miles away. That's always been my gripe with Mother's Dwelling, is how far away the gens are. Because in other maps, by the time we get to a gen, our drones are still inactive. We can't put it up. Here, though, that's not the case. Let's take our time here. Let's put out some drones, put out some feelers. Can I get up from this way? I can. The only one that should be able to get done without any interaction is main. I will say, I really do like Mother's Dwelling, much like Temple. Feels a lot more vibrant, feels a lot more alive. So I do love that. And now for night, hope the night goes well. Thank you very much, Dark Shadow Gaming. Appreciate you, friend. Hope you're having an amazing night as well. And hope your future matches in PTB go swimmingly. Okay, so 2 of them have the traps on them. This person over here. And thank you much for the gift sub. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a great day. Let's push you into the LT wall. That was interesting. Yeah, I think we just take the hit here. You have the trap on you, which means that next pallet that you drop will be able to break with your help. There it is. And the down. Dead hard. Well, ain't you a son of a... Want to go to Red Forest so bad, but I got no offerings. That's always an oof. Alright, we're going to want to break this real quick. Hit this. Hit you. And let's go after Jane now. They have to mend before they do much, so that gives us some time to kill. Let's force you into the area which has fewer resources. Not sure why he stuck around as it broke, but Brutal Strength will help me out quite a bit. You probably have Dead Hard, right? Of course you do. If you're not the new survivor, I should assume you have Dead Hard. I got killer quit because they couldn't counter an LT wall. If they can't counter an LT wall, they need to do some loop practice, because LT walls are usually a really good position for the killers to be in. Alright, let's see. Call a brine, activation over there. So let's head over here, give it a kick. This map was so beautiful, it's like a different game. Yeah, honestly, it looks really, really nice. This person has the drone on them, so that means that this pallet's at risk. Oh, I think they just freaking held W, didn't they? Yeah, look at you. You little sneak. I'm gonna need you to drop that pallet, friend. Now I'll just force you to vault it. On to the next tile. Let's get you off that real quick. Zarina still has their tracker on them. Perfect. Even though we drop chase, we still know exactly where they are, which is fantastic. White said screw the drone. Look at you. Smart, smart man. You're gonna have to go down eventually, friend. Perfect. All right. Yeah, there's Dwight. Now he still has the tracker on him too, so that actually is gonna work out. Let's hook and then find either him or Jane. One's up on main. That was Dwight. There he is. Let's go for Dwight. They'll have to go pretty far out of the way to go for the unhook too, which is good. Unfortunate timing there. I might actually try and push them both into a corner. Yeah, this works. They get forced off the LT wall. They pop another gen. One's left. I mean, this is Mother's Dwelling in a nutshell. I really wish that during the visual update, they also would have done a rework and just made the map smaller. Do you have Dead Heart too? Maybe not. Jane still has their trap on them. Let's hook them out in the dead zone since we're out here already, right? We'll recall this drone, though I think it actually is going to get recalled because in line of the... Ooh. Interesting choice. So, okay, Dwight got exposed, which really doesn't do much. I didn't mean to do that. That's my mistake. Double mind game worked. It did. Excellent. I'll see, Dwight, I commend you. You've been making some smart plays and some good counterplay against this killer specifically. And if you're injured, you really don't have to worry about the exposed, right? That is a matter of fact. Let's kick it though. Let's recall that one. Unfortunately, we have a 2-1 split here, so I mean, we're definitely going to lose this match. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that in my mind. So losing is subjective after all. Yeah. Hi there, Jane. Give a hit. Here they can't reasonably go for that. That's Arena. I mean, yeah, while they're injured, they don't need to fear the exposed. go for the vault. Sure. I'm getting healed up. That's fine by me. Let's break. We see them all jumping on that gen there, so we're going to drop off this chase. Go back for the Colubrine. Perfect. They got a little bit too greedy for their own good. Let's make sure we pick it. White did get a trap on them. I just when I saw someone else there. There you are. A little sneak. A little sneak. We get you onto a Scourge hook. That'll slow you down a bit. Alright, Colubrine's in effect. Though that actually may have recalled. No, it did not, thankfully. Remember that Serena does have Dead Hard. Good usage of it. White does have a trap on him. We see him over here. He's trying to crank out the gen. I mean, I guess it works. You force the grab, right? Let's put you onto the Scourge Hook as well. Slow things down. Kick the gen. Honestly, if they go for that one over there, that'd be like, send one of them and they'd be set. That is a healthy survivor there too, which is fantastic. Alright, we'll drop that chase though. Slow regressing, fantastic. No one's over there. No one's in my drone's area of effect. You're still exposed for a slight bit of time. Don't think it'll be worth the hit though. We'll be notified when they jump in. Okay, so they're over on that one. There's Dwight as well. There's Zarina. There's Jane. There's Zarina. Remember that she does have Dead Hard. Hoping that she doesn't have it up yet. You gotta be joking me. That's nutty. But now you really don't have a choice. Yeah, the fact that she's able to Dead Hard while also taking that off is bonkers. We see that another one got taken. Maybe Overcharge is worth it just for how long the batteries now last. We see them on that one on the far end. We don't know if there's someone up there, though, is the only problem. You're gonna have to use the information that we do have, which is Dwight's over here. Or he was. Well, then again, the battery ran out. That's fine, though. Hold up. None of the ones are active. Alright, Dwight left the area. And he's right here. No, they're right. Am I crazy? Am I dumb? All of the above. Oh, he keeps on moving in such a weird way. How it... Maybe I'm just getting tripped up by all the grass now at this point. He's trying to take it off. I guess it's... No, it... Did it recharge or what? Confused there. We'll go get him. I guess you could, I wonder if you can place these next to exit gates as well. Alright, we'll get it recharged. What it's worth. As well as stave off anyone trying to body block here. That belt's gone. Alright, up we go. Honestly, I will take this result, given the fact that Smother's dwelling on an M1115. We stayed them up for quite a while, especially given the gen split. You see Dwight. But it looks like he's over by the other exit gate. Yeah, I think we just kind of chill here with our new friend. And wait for them to make altruistic decisions. Yeah, because this is where, like, these type of scenarios are where this killer really does not shine. Since you're right next to the hook, you can't really do much other than meet a 115 M1 killer. End game doesn't really benefit you all too much outside of tracking potential for when someone does have a trap on them. He's Arena. We see Jane. There's Dwight. There's Rena. I was hoping to get the hit on Dwight. There's Reassurance. Jane can't get in there in time. We'll try and body block for Jane. There's the dead hard on Jane. We'll get her down. And now we go for Zarina. Zarina knows full well that Shack Palt's gone. We see you trying to open a chest for some ungodly reason. Zarina's kind of out without anything here outside of their dead hard. We got the down on you. Let's go back for Jane now. Let's see if anyone's around. We saw him, obviously, but Dwight might be as well. Perfect. Let's drag you over here. Exit gate opens, EGC started. There's a pickup on Zarina. And let's see if we can find them before they reach the exit gate. There's Zarina, who probably has their dead hard back at this rate, and others, so it's now just a race. M115 versus them. There's a drop pallet. You got it. Gets a stun on the drop. And no idea where Zarina is. And a quick old DC to end the match. Fair is fair. And honestly, GG's. They played well. We are able to get a lot of value in the end game off of altruistic plays. Thankfully, we played around that well as well. So I'll take it. All things considered, I'll call that a good match. All right. Oh yeah, I wonder, did they use Blood Rush at the end? I don't think they did, but I can't say. I'm kind of curious to why they would. Huh. Why use Blood Rush on something that doesn't have an exhaustion perk? I don't know. I don't know. I can't say, to be honest. And I guess let's see if they have a Twitch. They do not have a Twitch. Actually, Shinobi is Anne. So it might be this person. Let's see, do they stream Dead by Daylight? No. Alright, though. Well, it is 9 o'clock, so I do think we are going to end the stream there. Thank you all for joining me today for some more Dead by Daylight and the PTB. I'll be playing more tomorrow, this time as the Survivors, however. So that being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy the show and you haven't already, definitely consider hitting that follow button. Also, check out our Extra Life campaign. We're trying to help heal kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. On that note, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. CST. Bye-bye!